Welcome to Finding Your Frequency, the show where we find people where they're at, find out where they're going, and what it'll take to get there. Today, from Waycross Partners, we have Chris Greco. And in all fairness, we have to tell you all, we used to coach youth football together.
Right, yes.
So we know who each other is, but you've had a tremendous career in the financial services industry. How did you get there? What did it take for you to build Waycross Partners?
Well, I think, I had the extreme opportunity back in the late 90s to meet my mentor, my career mentor, and someone put us together, and I identified someone who had qualities that I wanted to live up to and emulate, really, and that's Matt Bevan. And over time, Matt has been, helping me through my career. And then 3 years ago during COVID, he was an owner in Waycross Partners and said, we need someone to lead our firm and grow it to the next level. Ben Thomas was our founder, did a great job since '05 and is still with us in the chief investment officer role. But it gave me the opportunity. I was a partner for 17 years at a firm and learned a lot about how to run a business along with other partners.
Right.
But now was my time to shine. And I think that the whole reason that I got there was because I always had a goal to be better, and I read a lot of books about marketing and relationship management and stay as focused on the clients as possible. And that's what we represent at Waycross, is a really client-focused investment firm, not just providing great returns. So my investment team's in Louisville, Kentucky. They're phenomenal. They've been working together since the 90s. That as a mentorship role as well, a story where John Farabee mentored Ben Thomas. So I just think if you can find people to learn from, learn from them, and if you can find someone else to help, then help them.
First of all, and I want to come back to that. Let's touch on the fact that you have a team of people that have been together since the 90s.
Yes, yeah.
That doesn't happen in today's world.
No.
How do you manage to keep people working together over time? Because people naturally gravitate towards what's in their best interest, and they think about their goals and where they want to go, and that's all important.
Oh, yeah.
How do you do that?
Yeah, that's a challenge now more than ever. I've been blessed. My team here in Florida, I've known them in the community prior. They were all volunteer leaders as well, and they're phenomenal. I think we'll be together for decades as well. But the Louisville connection, I think John and Ben were just so great together and successful in beating the markets over time, that they honored and respected each other. And I think that's really important, is know your role and check in with your teammates and help them grow and be the best that they can be as well.
How much of your time is spent mentoring now?
I'd like to do as much as possible. So with my team in Florida, we share ideas each and every day. So whether I'm not trying to push myself as a mentor to them, but just share.
Yeah, but you're always in the coaching mode. You have been. I remember from the days on the field down at Davis Park.
Yes, yeah.
Coaching, it comes naturally to you.
No, I appreciate that. I'm still actually running the lacrosse youth program, even though I don't have kids participating anymore. So I'm really focused on the culture of that and making sure the next generation of leaders there do a great job. But I think it's just so important. My goal is to identify people who want to learn and then check in with them and help them with whatever they're doing, whether it's exactly in our career or something similar. So, and I think it pays forward, in some time they may or may not help me in the future, but if I could help someone else grow and be a better version of themselves, that's the goal.
Well, then you're being the best version of yourself to play off of that, right? Because clearly you thrive on that interaction.
Yes.
It makes you better at what you do when you're helping other people be better at what they do.
No, that's what I loved about your podcast. When I started reading the description, I said, this is right in line with what I'm trying to live towards, the next part of my career. So just sharing great ideas and stories.
All right, since you say that, right, I ask people to create a vision for themselves. And my problem when the Jaguars made their switch 10 years ago was I didn't have a big enough vision. So I encourage people to create that vision. So tell me, as you go into the next act of your career, because your sons are all doing successful things, what's your vision for yourself?
Well, I want to take Waycross to the next level. I really think we can be one of the greater firms out there in the industry, and focusing on the client and the investment delivery. And as long as we stay focused, I think we can be one of the great firms out there. We don't have to be the biggest. I just want to be one of the best firms out there. So that's my work vision. And then personally, I just want to, with my wife and my kids, just be the best family that we can be and learn from each other, and then just health-wise, just learn how to live healthy for the next 50 years. That's my goal.
How do you do that?
I don't know.
That's the hard part. How do you eat healthy?
I think I've learned.
You look good, by the way.
Thank you. I've done a lot of reading and listening to different podcasts, but I'm being cautious on finding out the source of the data.
Right.
And I think, whether you're vegan or carnivore or anything in between, I think if you eat real food, you're 90% of the way there to a healthy life. Unfortunately, our food system's got a lot of chemicals and a lot of traps in it. So I think eating healthy and living a healthy lifestyle of exercise, walking, or kite surfing, whatever you want to do.
One of the pillars of finding your frequency is coaching, right? Both being a coach and finding a great coach.
Yes.
And my coach talks to me all the time about what am I reading, what am I listening to. So coach our viewers here, what's the best book you've read recently? And give them a podcast that they should listen to.
Yeah, I think, John Gordon, who actually lives
I know
here in
John,
Ponte Vedra, is a phenomenal influence on leadership
Very
and
gifted
motivation. So I'd highly recommend. John's written, I think, 30 bestsellers, and I've been blessed to get to know him over the last 3 years. So anything by John Gordon, or Outliers, a Malcolm Gladwell book that I've had my kids read since they were young teens. And it's all about getting an opportunity, working hard, making the most of that opportunity to succeed. So those are the two main ones that I really enjoy.
Any podcasts that are a must listen that are on your phone on your ride back?
On the in the world of nutrition, I like Dr. Attia, or anything about the Paul Saladino. He got me more in the carnivore world, so those are interesting folks as well.
Paul Saladino related to the Liver King?
No, different worlds, but ironically, he doesn't like salad, so it's his last
Fits
name.
me perfectly.
That's right.
Bring the meat. Here we go.
That's right. That's for sure.
Chris Greco, Waycross Partners. Great to see you again,
Great
my friend.
seeing you as well. Good luck with everything.
Absolutely. And thanks for sharing some time with us on Finding Your Frequency. We'll see you next time.